to my YouTube channel. It's been a very long time since I did a video. I've been going through a lot lately. Like, I've been going through a lot of BS. Like, I got so much tea. I would start off with telling y'all about how my daddy passed away, but I feel like since I had already left y'all on a cliffhanger with the other stuff that I wanted to tell y'all, I should just start from there. And I was thinking like maybe do a series that's like called Things I've Never Healed From, and just talk about everything that I haven't healed from, unfiltered, meaning I'm not gonna hold back anything. I'm gonna tell y'all the good and the ugly, things that I have did that I felt like was wrong, and things that I feel like people has done to me that I didn't deserve, and just stuff I went through in general. And then after that, when I'm done with this whole thing, I think I'm just gonna move on and start doing my tutorials, start doing my story times, and just doing regular YouTube stuff. So anywho, before we get started, click that like button, click that subscribe button. I hope y'all still love me, because you know I've been going for a very long time, but I'm back, and I'm here to stay. So I feel like the first thing I want to start talking about is, like, I want to start off with what I was telling y'all in my last video about my boyfriend and the girl I was hanging with, and how the girl that I was hanging with for a while it lasted was the girl my boyfriend had cheated with. So I feel like I just want to start that whole story over, and just because I feel like y'all kind of like, since I left y'all on a cliffhanger, I don't know if y'all want to go back and really rewatch that video then come back to this one, but I feel like I'm just gonna start from there. I'm gonna start from the beginning and just tell y'all every single thing, and then we gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna do 2 videos at the same time, like in one day, or am I just gonna, like, I don't know yet, but there you go. I don't know yet, but it don't matter. We gonna figure it out. Okay? Because I don't want to give too much information out in one video, because then I won't be able to do part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be that long anyway. I don't think it's gonna be that long of a video. I mean, that many videos, like explaining everything that happened my senior year. But I'm just gonna start. So boom. So basically, I knew my boyfriend since freshman year. I wasn't talking to him. We were just friends. He was dating other people. I was dating other people. We was basically doing our own thing and stuff. And not that, wait, I don't want to leave this detail out. Hold on. What was I going to say? Okay, look. So we went to Sand High School, and both my parents graduated from there. Anywho, I just had to put that out there. Anywho, so yeah, so basically, me and my boyfriend met in high school. Freshman year, we've been very cool. We was in science class together, and we was always very cool, very chill. I was aware that he had a small crush on me, but I didn't really, I wasn't paying attention because I had a boyfriend at the time, and he had his own little girls that was crazy about him. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I ain't seen him like that. I wouldn't think about him, but I had transferred my sophomore year, and I went to Uplift, and then that's kind of when, like, my, I think, junior year or the end of my junior year, I left Uplift and I came back to Sand. Wait, I'm leaving out some details because I'm distracted by the outside because I'm right in front of a window. Okay, look. So I transferred from Sand and I went to Uplift my sophomore year. However, I ended up coming back because my dad had passed away, and I did not want to see none of my dad's friends that worked at the school that I had transferred to. So boom. So me and my before I transferred, me and my boyfriend started dating in 2019. We started dating, and at first I was talking to his cousin, but that didn't work out because we was only talking for like 2 weeks, and the guy he just not for me. He was for the streets, okay? And I wasn't having that. So we stopped talking. I ain't gonna say I cut him off because it wasn't really a cut off, because at the end of the day, when he kind of was showing me that he was for the streets, I was still kind of like trying to get him to sit down and stop being for the streets. But at the same time, it's like, I don't got time for that. Like, look, I don't got time for it. Do what you want to do. And then that's when I started talking to my boyfriend, who was talking to somebody at the time. I'm not gonna say her name, but he was talking to somebody at the time. And I guess that somebody, from what he was telling me, he's like, oh, it wasn't working, and he didn't feel like she liked him for real, because he had been chasing her for, he said 3 years too. I don't know. He had been trying to get her for years, and she just was not really showing the same. She didn't feel the same way. I mean, for what she told me was that she really liked him and she did want him, but she was kind of indecisive. She didn't really know what she wanted because she never had a boyfriend, never had a first kiss, never whatever. I don't know. So she said, and that's, I don't know. But then on the other hand, her friend, I think at the time, he was her best friend for what he was telling me. He's like, oh, she didn't even like him for real. She never liked him and she thought he was annoying. So I don't know what that was about. I'm not trying to be messy. I don't know. I'm just, this is my YouTube. I don't give a, you know what? I don't give a hook. So look, I'm not trying to be, I'm just saying that's what he was telling me. So I was like, oh, okay, whatever, cool. So I guess Jacob just kind of, me and him kind of started talking or whatever. And at first I was kind of hesitant because I'm just like, I just felt like, you know, he was talking to that girl, me and that girl was talking. I was trying to tell her how he was a good person or whatever, and how this and that. But at the same time, it's just like, she, from what her bestie or her boy best friend was telling me, he said that she didn't like him, and she was seeing someone else. So I'm just kind of like, or going to somebody's house, another guy, I don't know. And then he had told me he seen her come out of somebody's house, and I was just like, whatever. So I guess he kind of just clinged on to me because he said like, we just clicked and we start talking, and things kind of escalated. He stopped talking to her and she got upset, and she told him to give her, I think, she had his skateboard, and she's like, oh, give me my shit back or whatever. So he gave her her stuff back, and they just stopped talking. And I kind of felt bad, but I was just kind of like, you know, I don't really know the girl, and I don't know, I didn't know the girl, okay? I felt bad though, but I was like, damn, you know, I don't know if she liked him or not. But her best friend, who was her best friend, her own best friend, kind of sold her out. Like, he told me like she didn't like him and that she thought he was annoying. So it was just kind of like, ew, if your best friend is telling me that, I'm just kind of like, and the only reason I told him, I didn't tell him until after, but after the fact when they stopped talking, but he had already told me, like, he peeped that she was not like fucking with him for real. She didn't like him, I guess. And so he was tired of chasing her and trying to really get to her, because he's been trying to get with her for like 3 years, and she's been like on and off. And he, between those years, he been having girlfriends. She been doing her own thing, and he said he got tired of that, so he just kind of like was over it, and they just stopped talking. And then he kind of clinged on to me, because if anything, I guess he said I was the first girl that he spotted it, saying, who knows, but whatever. Anywho, boom, we started talking, and then we was talking for about like, I'll say like a month. Well, a month at the most, and we started dating. And we didn't tell anyone, like, we didn't tell nobody, because we already know people was gonna have something to say, and they was gonna talk shit, and I was gonna be ready to fight, you know what I'm saying? But no, seriously, like, we already know people from our school, they like talking shit. Like, they like to stick their nose into shit that don't have nothing to do with them. Like, damn. Like, anywho, y'all, so if y'all see anything flying in the air, it's my lip gloss. I got a lot of lip gloss on, and when I talk sometimes it just like, but anywho, so yeah, we didn't tell nobody until we popped out for homecoming our junior year, and we posted our picture, and it went up like 300 likes, and some people was laughing, like, on Facebook. So you got the reaction, the laugh, the wow, the crying, the mad, and the heart, and the care. So they was like some laughing. Then his ex-girlfriend, I ain't gonna say her name, I'm gonna call her Stephanie. So Stephanie came out the blue with her big sister. Well, no, Stephanie, no. Okay, we gotta give her big sister name. So her big sister, we're gonna call her, you can call her Darlene. So Darlene, she came out the blue immediately. Like, oh, you don't even like you for real? You don't even know what you're getting yourself into? Wow, we trying to save you. He's gonna play you. He's gonna break your heart. And I'm just like, hello? Like, I don't even know you. I don't even know why you, like, come on now. And then after that, I'm like, at this point, I'm getting pissed off. I'm like, okay, but you wanna fight? You wanna fight? Cause I don't like they was on there like trying to clown me, trying to talk about me and stuff. I'm like, bro, first of all, I'm not ugly. Ain't nothing ugly over here. So y'all could, I don't know what y'all laughing for. I look better than all his exes, okay? So I'm at this point, I'm ready to fight and stuff. And then his actual ex-girlfriend texts me like, and she's like, oh well, don't respond to her. I didn't tell her to say anything to you, which I kind of don't believe, because it's just like, why are you even, why would your big sister, your old ass big sister, come out the blue like, oh, just start talking stuff? When I say old ass, I don't mean like an old lady. She is a bit older. I think she like 25. I don't know. Jacob told me she was like older than us for real. And I'm 20. But like, why she coming out the blue? Coming for me. She don't even know me. She didn't even have my Facebook. So it was kind of unbelievable that she didn't tell her sister to say something, because it's just kind of like, I don't even know your sister. I didn't even know she even existed. I didn't even know you had a sister, okay? So it's just kind of like unbelievable. But anywho, whatever. But it's just really funny how out of the blue, after I said, you wanna fight? They was just like, oh, she came out the blue like, oh, I didn't do nothing. I don't have nothing to do with it. I'm gonna tell her to stop right now. I'm like, yeah, tell her, because girl, like, you don't know me to be talking to me like you are, trying to, I did. She had the nerve to get in the comments like, oh, he don't even like you for real, and all that bullshit. And I'm just like, girl, like, who are you? I don't even know you. But anywho, and then his other exes was trying to laugh and stuff and talk stuff. I'm like, okay, I don't care. We gonna call his other ex, we gonna call her Brittany. So Brittany came out the blue, like, just laughing and stuff. Just I didn't really care. Frankly, I didn't really care. I was just like, I was feeding into it, because I'm like, who y'all talking to? Just because, like, I'm coming back to sin. And y'all gonna have that same energy. No, let me quiet. Like, I don't know. Anywho, so boom, we're gonna, oh, and then another thing was, when me and him started dating, like, his exes kept texting him. This one specific ex, Brittany, she texted him like, oh, can we still? And I was like, when I seen that message, I was just like, I couldn't believe it. Like, I was too stunned to speak, y'all. I was too stunned. I'm like, bro, is she crazy? Like, do she really want to play that game? And so then I started getting all hype and high. I'm like, I'm gonna go fight her. And my boyfriend was like, he's like, no, don't go do that, please. I don't have time for that. I don't want you to get into it. Nobody broke tired. I'm like, okay, cool. Didn't fight the girl, let it go. So boom, we're gonna skip all that. So now, this is where the serious shit starts, okay, guys? This is the serious shit. So, it's the summer of 2020, and I won't say he was acting weird, but he was acting very, like, his phone was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, his phone was very, no, his phone would be off. Like, you know how you text somebody and it's either one, they phone dead. Okay, let me start that over. You know how you text somebody and it don't go through? So boom, it means either it's their phone dead or they blocked you. So that would happen like a lot, like more than usual. And I was just kind of like, I wasn't very worried. I wasn't very like, you know, I trusted him. I'm like, okay, maybe his phone is dead. I did not think the man blocked me. I did not think he'd ever do such a thing. I didn't think he actually, you know, be out sneaking off somewhere with somebody else. I didn't think, but mind you, okay, so I actually know what I left out the part that's gonna make sense when I tell this story. So before summer of 2020 came or whatever, there was this girl. So we're gonna call the one girl, we're gonna call the light-skinned girl Red. We're gonna call the girl that he actually slept with, we're gonna call her, let me see. We're gonna call her Chanel. So look, Chanel, I never, okay, so when I was at San, I seen her a couple of times because she's a really great dancer. I'm not gonna knock her. She's a really great dancer. She can dance her ass off. Like, she's like American, like X Factor, like the battling, like you gonna see her in Step Up 3 doing a With the death drops, like she can really dance her ass off. But anywho, so look, so yeah, so I didn't really know Chanel like that. I've never seen her. I mean, yeah, I've seen her during majorette practice because I was on a majorette team trying to. I mean, I could dance, but it gotta be somebody choreography. Oh my god, I need somebody to choreograph it. I still said that wrong. I need somebody to choreograph it for me. I can't freestyle dance, and if I'm freestyle dancing, just know I'm shaking my rump because I. Anywho, so yeah, so she's a really great dancer, whatever, and I just never spoke to her. I just know she was helping the team like dance and stuff and trying to get them together for our shows and stuff like that. So after that, yeah, so I've only seen her a couple of times, but okay, let me get the story. So look, Chanel was dating Red. I know Red too because I went to school with her. We all went to the same school, so I've never spoke to Red like that. You know, I mean, maybe a couple of times after that, you know, we never spoke, never really cared for her, never. We spoke a couple of, like, I mean, when I transferred from Sin and I went to Uplift, we spoke on Facebook. That's when she really started talking to me, like, oh, you look so pretty, like your hair. And I was just telling her, you know, things. We were talking, we just chop it up sometimes, but other than that, when I was going to school with her, we never spoke. And I didn't think she liked me until she started talking to me on Facebook. So I thought she liked me. I had an idea, like maybe she, you know, whatever. But I guess whatever was not what I thought. So, but anywho, so after that, so yeah, so Chanel, so my boyfriend he is like, I'm not gonna say, but I'm just gonna look. So boom. So Chanel, I guess they had like, they would all go to the park and smoke and stuff like that after school, and you know, sometimes maybe he'll provide the, you know, the ganja or some other people would. It don't matter. Look, I guess one day she texted him like, hey, I don't remember exactly what she said, but I felt like it pissed me off because I feel like she was being too friendly. So I told her, no, actually, give me a second. I skipped something. I'm so sorry. I skipped something. So actually, I had a friend. We're going to call her Nina. So Nina was telling me how Red and Chanel and some other girl, not Red, just Chanel and her friends that was on the dance team was making fun of her, calling her Lizzo, calling her all types of names and stuff like that. And me wanting to protect my friend, I texted Chanel, I texted her friend, you gonna call her Gina. I texted Gina and I'm like, don't talk to my friend, don't do that. I will beat all y'all. You know, I was going in, and then after that, Red texted me like, hey, you know, she didn't say anything about Nina. She didn't talk about, you know, she was trying to back her up, but I'm turned. I'm like, you know, I don't care. She's telling me my friend's crying. She's telling me they calling her Lizzo, they calling her fat, they calling her all types of names that she's going through a lot, but don't play with my friend, period. So after that, Red just stopped texting me. She's like, okay, at this point, she's like, whatever, I don't care anymore. So, boom, that happened. And then that's when, like, a couple days later, I had his phone, and I see Chanel texting him, and I'm like, what's the conversation? And I already don't like the girl. I'm like, what's the conversation? And she was kind of being friendly, like, telling her stuff like the stuff that we go through, and I was kind of uncomfortable because it's like she giving too much opinion in it. Like, why are you having an opinion on me? Are you mad because, I don't know, you just know when you don't like somebody being too friendly with your man. So I'm like, you gotta cut her off. Because for one, she being too friendly and all these emojis she using with you, like, no. Like, that's dead. That's done. You're done. So I guess, supposedly, he cut her off. I don't know. But anyway, let me get into the story. So boom. So it's 2020 summer, and I didn't think like nothing was going on. You know, his phone was, every time I text him, like at a certain time of the day, it would just be dead. Like dead or not going through. It's always at 6 o'clock. Every other day, guys. So I'm like, of course I asked him about it one day, and I'm like, you know, every time I text your phone around this time, sometimes it's just like it's dead or nothing's going through. Like, what's going on with that? He's like, oh, I'll be at work. I'm getting off work. Sometimes my phone be dead. I'm sorry. I don't get a chance to charge my phone. So, cool. I'm believing him. I'm like, whatever. Cool, whatever. So, that's when I started having dreams and stuff about him seeing someone else. And in my dream, I saw a girl. She was dark skinned, just like Chanel. Well, she's not, no, actually, Chanel's not that dark skinned. She's like my complexion. She's my complexion, actually, sorry. But, like, when she was, during that time, she was a little bit dark skinned, but she lightened up. I don't know how to explain it. Whatever, cool. So, I kept seeing a girl in my dream, and she was very, like, tall, and she was very like hard, like alternative style. I kept seeing her in my dreams. And I'm like, who is she, bro? And I kept asking him, like, you know, who I keep dreaming this stuff, and I don't know, like, what. I'm not accusing you, but this is what I'm dreaming about. And he's just basically telling me. And then another thing was, I was hearing stuff like people was telling me, like, oh, he gonna cheat on you. He talking to somebody else, but they never told me the name. So I'm like, you know, what's all this about? He was like, oh, it's not true, don't believe them. My exes be lying. People just hating on us, don't believe it. I'm like, okay, cool, I don't believe it. That's when 2020, July 27, 2020, my dad dies, y'all. My dad dies tragically, he drowns or whatever. And I'm gonna give y'all story time on that. Like, I don't know when, but if y'all want to know how my daddy died, like the whole story, y'all can go on my TikTok. It's Venus Da Brat. VenusDaBrat, Venus Da Brat. Look that up and then scroll down. Actually, I'm gonna pin it so y'all can see it. Y'all don't have to do all that extra scrolling shit. I'm just pinning for y'all. So if you thirsty to hear it, then go ahead. But I'm gonna tell y'all my YouTube channel anyway, just in case you're too lazy. But so yeah, my dad dies. You know, it's tragic. You know, I witnessed my dad death, and everybody's, you know, my family's going crazy. I end up not talking to my sister anymore, and I'll give details on everything. I'll tell y'all in different videos. Like, ooh, so much tea. But anywho, so when my dad dies, my boyfriend, he's there for me. He's helping my family out, you know, running my dad's mom back and forth to the store, helping her out, taking her to the doctor's appointments because my dad's mom had heart disease, and she is not, unfortunately, she's not here with us no more. She died in May on her birthday. She died on her birthday. I think around Mother's Day. On her birthday, I don't know. She died on her birthday, I think, because she was very, very sick. She kept having like a lot of surgeries, and she was very depressed. My dad was her third child that she lost, and you know, she lived with my dad. She grew up with my dad, you know. She had other kids too, but they were, I think, one was in Canada, and the other one, he was still in Guyana, where my parents are from. So, yes, it's a lie. I'll get into that later, though. But anywho, my grandma dies. You know, he's there for, well, no, my God, no, not yet. This is 2020. My grandma died 2021. So, boom, like, he's there during the funeral. He's helping plan stuff out. He's buying things. He's, you know, he's hands-on. He's not joking. He's there for me. He's holding me. Every night I have my nightmares. He's there for me. I wake up sweating, crying. Like, oh my God, my boyfriend loves me. That man, he loved me the long way. He loved me the long way, okay? Anywho, so he was there for me. And then, you know, months go by. We doing okay. Like the phone dying stopped. And that kind of like, it was kind of like, okay, that's kind of strange. Like the phone dying stopped. He started charging his phone. But then again, I'm like, okay, maybe he probably, you know, like, okay, maybe he realizing, like, okay, I need to stop letting my phone just die. Like, maybe I need to try to at least get a chance to charge it because he works with his dad. So I'm like, I'm pretty sure it won't kill them to let him charge his phone. So maybe I don't know, guys. I don't know. And then after that, one day, you know what? One day we're on the phone. And this is actually before my dad passed away. One day we're on the phone, and I see through his glasses because he was real close to the phone. We were on FaceTime, and I see a girl with a CH pop up, or a number, or a contact, okay? And I asked him who was that, because automatically I think Chanel. He tell me it's not her. He says it's a family member or whatever. I'm like, okay, whatever. And he screenshot, show me it's a family member. I'm like, okay. Couldn't really say nothing. Anyway, so boom. So we're going to skip a couple of months. We're going to say like November 30th or what. I don't know if it's the 31st November. I don't know, guys. I'm slow right now. I don't know. So the last day of November, I get a text message to my. Okay, no, I'm skipping details. Hold on, I'm skipping details. Okay, so look, actually no. Red comes over my house, and this is like November-ish. This is around November, like I'll say maybe November 28th or something. And my daddy's birthday is November 24th. So I don't remember what day it was, but I think it was around November. So Red came to my house. The one that used to date Chanel, she came to my house. She wanted me to do her hair, her knotless braids, because at first I was practicing how to do knotless braids. And anybody that know me personally, I'm a wig person. I don't really fuck with braids like that. I'm a wig person. I like to lay wigs. I can braid to save my life, but I don't. So she came over to my house and she was like, hey, can you do my knotless braids? And I charged her 50 cents. Like, I don't even know how to do them for real. I mean, I knew how to do them, but it wasn't perfect, you know. So she came over, whatever, we chopped it up, and you know, everything was cool. I didn't have no issue with her. I didn't expect she had to spend the night. She ended up spending the night because we was up to 5 in the morning doing her braids, G. Like, OMG, it was sick. Like, we was up to 5 in the morning, and she kept me company. You know, she was good, and she was very like tender-headed too, cause she had just bleached her hair, and I think like your scalp is very, very sensitive when you bleach and then you try to get braids. It's very sensitive. But anywho, so yeah, we was up to 5 in the morning. I was trying my best not to hurt her and shit. So whatever. So spent the night, whatever, cool. So look. November, the last day of November, I get a text to my phone. It's 11 o'clock, right? It's a fake page. And they're telling me, oh, your boyfriend is cheating on you. And I'm like, okay. And I didn't tell him anything at first. I'm like, I'm not going to tell him. I'm just going to ask them, like, okay, what you mean? Cheating? What do you mean cheating? Like, and she's like, this person is like, I have proof. So she sends me all the screenshots, and the first person I see is Chanel. And Chanel's going off. She's talking about my daddy. She's saying, oh, where her daddy's dead, drowning, just making fun of me. And they're all in a group chat. And I see another guy that I'm cool with, that I thought I was cool with. His name is, we're gonna call him Terrence. So Terrence, bro, I seen him in the group chat, and I'm like, oh, okay. And so she's making jokes about my dad and stuff. And I'm just like I'm in shock. I'm like, and then she's talking about how she was sleeping with my boyfriend and stuff, and how the things that they'll do. She sent me every single thing, y'all. I don't have the screenshots no more, so I cannot put them in, like, you know how they put the little picture on the side. I can't do that right now. But when I tell you my stomach fell in my ass, I was like, okay, I am going to have to fight. Like, I'm gonna have to fight. It's on. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I call my boyfriend. I'm like, hey, so I just got some screenshots to my phone. And Chanel, and she's telling me she's talked in the screenshots how she's sleeping with you. It's been going on for months, the whole time we were dating. And immediately, y'all, the man started crying. He's begging me for forgiveness. And at that point, my heart's in my ass. I had just got done eating some Chinese rice, and my stomach started rolling. And that's why until this day, I don't like Chinese rice no more. Like, oh my God, just this specific situation, this made me sick to my stomach. I cannot eat Chinese rice no more. Like, this night, y'all, I had the runs. Like, I'm gonna be grabbed. I had the runs. That's how nervous and pissed I was. I was pissed. Anywho, like, I was top tier pissed. Like, there's no level of anger. I can't even describe how mad I was. I was going haywire, okay? Like, it was over with. Like, I was ready to fight. Anywho, so I started crying. I called my mom, like, he's cheating on me. And at first, she just kind of like, she didn't laugh, but she laughed more so out of anger. She just was like, what? Like, what you mean? And I'm like, he's been cheating like the entire time he's with me. I showed her all the screenshots, and she's just like she had nothing to say. Like, she was in shock, and my mom just kind of got quiet. She just like, what are you gonna do? And she called her friends, and they're all talking about it, like, oh my God, this girl talked about her dad. Because my dad is a well-known person. You know what? I think I'm gonna do a like big biography on my dad or whatever. I'm gonna give y'all details of who my dad was. I'm gonna like, anywho. So look, I put on my I put on my gym shoes. I put on my old ass Jordans that I had from like 20, I don't remember, 16. And I put on jogging pants. I put my hair up and I put on a bonnet. And I'm like, I'm ready to fight, bro. So I text this girl. I'm like, hey, like, is this true? I'm gonna ask you one thing. And by the way, the person that had made the fake page to tell me that this was going on, it was Red. It was Chanel's ex-girlfriend. And she was telling me like, oh, don't tell nobody it's me. I don't want to be in no drama. And I'm just like, girl, but you supposed to be my friend. What do you mean? And why didn't you tell me this when you was at my house? And one thing, y'all, I understand, like, she probably didn't want to upset me because she knew I was going through stuff. And she probably didn't want to upset me. So I'm not going to say why she ain't tell me, but why you ain't tell me? You know, we was friends and stuff. We was kicking it. Not really kicking it, but we was talking a lot on Facebook. And I really thought she was my friend. I mean, obviously she wasn't, because I had to think about it. Like, she was in that group chat too. But she didn't really say nothing. She just said, I mean, it's still bogus because she was kind of laughing like LOL, like you bogus, but still it's just like you supposed to be my friend, and this what you own? Like, come on now. Anyways, y'all, and when Red was at my house, she was also talking about Chanel to me. She did come up in the conversation. In our conversation, she came up. She talked about Chanel, telling me a whole lot of stuff that I really don't want to put out there, but a lot of nasty things, you know. And I'm just like, okay. Her whole time that day, she had seen Chanel or whatever, and I was just like, and I didn't find this out until we all started fighting and stuff. But anyhow, I'm gonna get to that later. But so I text Chanel, like, you know, is this true? This is what Red just told me. And she's like, oh, ask Jesus. And then she's like, oh, I'm with my bitch right now, so I'll talk to you later. And I'm like, ain't no talking to me later. So I took it to Snapchat. And no, wait, did I take it to Snapchat first? Actually, you know what? I don't think I said anything about her on Snapchat, but I think I said something like, so who was gonna tell me that he was seeing Chanel, whatever? Who y'all? So all y'all just knew, because apparently everybody at CN knew, and so I was just like, or at least all the girls in the dance team and people knew, supposedly. I don't know. Boom. So I'm like, I'm going at it, and me and Chanel arguing and on iMessage, and that's when she get on Facebook and she make a big ass status, y'all. She's like, Venus the Brat, I effed your man, who I can see why can't you see why he can't stay away from me? And she put a whole bunch of pictures of her in lingerie with big ass heels on, and I'm just like, and she's like, oh, I sent all these pictures to your man and he loved it, and I'm like, like, I was too stunned to speak. I'm like, so then I posted mine on Snapchat, and I went in too. I posted mine on Snapchat, and my lingerie pictures, and everybody who know me, I'm snatched from the waist down. Like, I'm snatched. So I'm just like, honey, like, is this what you want to compete? Is this what you want to do to yourself? Like, at this point, I'm like, I would eat you up and everything, and face from head to toe and eat you up, bro. What are you talking about? Anywho, so we was arguing, going back and forth, and Red was the main girl in the comments, just egging it on, like, yeah. And then she texted me like, oh, you want me to tell you her address? We can go together to beat her ass and stuff, because I hate her too. Whole time she was in Chanel inbox like, oh, I'm gonna help you jump on her and stuff like that. Cause then Red's coming to me like, oh, she can't even fight for real, beat her ass. And I'm just like, and I didn't find out that Red was planning on jumping me until me and Chanel actually sat down and talked about the situation or whatever. But anywho, Red was kind of playing both sides. So I was just kind of like, I didn't know that until months later, until graduation and shit. That's when I started getting more details and stuff like that. But so yeah, my boyfriend he came to my house. He was waiting outside for me to come. He was begging me to come downstairs and talk to me. He's like, please, he's begging me. So I go downstairs. As soon as I go downstairs, I'm telling him, get the fuck out the car, get out, I'm gonna beat your ass. I'm just going in on him. And he don't want to get out the car. He's doing this. He's like, no, I don't want to get out. Just come in the car, please. And I'm just like, hanging out his window and stuff. And after that, I finally get out the car. And I asked him, is this true? And then I was on the phone with one of this girl I'm not friends with anymore. I was on the phone with her. She was just like, oh my God. And I had hung up on her. Then after that, I asked him, so what's going on? And then he's crying. He says he feel like he got to throw up and stuff. And so at this point, he's not really talking. He's just crying, begging me, saying sorry. And I just started beating his ass up. Like, I started pulling his hair, I was punching him. I just attacked him, and he was trying to stop me, trying to hold my hands. And I was just boom, boom, boom. But anywho, so then I called a girl, and I'm like, do you want to fight? Do you want to fight? I text her from different numbers. I'm like, bro, I'm telling my friends, I'm like, bro, text this bitch, ask her if she want to fight. Somebody give me her address and stuff. So at this point, I'm just like, I'm ready. I want to fight her. Then she blocking all my friends and stuff. And I'm just, y'all, oh my God. This day, I would never, this is the worst. Y'all, my senior year was a mess. Like, so after that situation happened, the girl texted me like 2 days later. Chanel texted me. And she's just like, oh, can we talk? I want to talk it out with you. So I called her to see what she got to say. And she just wasn't making any sense. Like, she started telling me all these lies and stuff. Like, not all the lies, but she pretty much admitted, like, you know, she was seeing him and she had feelings for him and she been liked him. And I'm like, I didn't even know you. I don't, like, what is you are been liking him got to do with me, kind of? Because I'm just like, you knew he had a girlfriend, and then you brought my daddy into it. Like, what's your point of bringing my daddy into it? What does my daddy have to do with you, your feelings for him? Like, what does that mean? Anywho, y'all. Anyways, child. That happened or whatever, and I was just kind of like, I don't know, like, I was over it. Like, a lot of girls that I had thought was my friends at school, they was laughing at me. They was, you know, joining in with Chanel, and Red was just egging it on, like, oh, you know, fight, ah. So I just kind of like, I learned that, like, a lot of people wasn't my friend. And then I kept, even before we graduated, y'all, like, even before we graduated, me and her was arguing for months, like, going back and forth on Facebook. I ended up going to her job, trying to fight her. She wasn't there. She told me she wasn't there, but, you know, then the next day I get a call, email from school, like, oh, you went to this girl's job, and oh, and this and that. They tell me that the girl put me on a restraining order. She told me it wasn't true, but I'm not too sure because they actually showed me the stuff, and they said they'll call police on me. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so they threatened to take my prom away. I ended up getting my prom taken away and everything, but I didn't even fuck anyway, because from what I hear, the prom was a mess anyway, so I don't care. Anyways, child. So they got my prom taken away because I ended up arguing with her again, and I actually threatened to beat her ass. I told her I was gonna beat her ass. And they emailed my mom, like, you know, no more prom for you. They called me and told me, like, your prom is done. And the only reason I threatened her is because, one, she kept getting on Facebook talking about my daddy, like, throwing little slick shots, like, oh, I bet she went live at her daddy funeral too. And then she's like, oh, what else she did? I think she came up to my boyfriend at school trying to talk to him, and this is during the pandemic. And this one day, I wasn't there. I didn't go because I was on my period, and that's when he come back and he tell me, like, oh, she said something to me today. She said, like, hey, Jacob, and was following him around, and I was just kind of like, so I got mad. I'm like, but you want to fight? Do you want to fight? That's enough. Do you want to fight? And she was like, oh, it was a prank. It was a joke. My friends dared me. I'm like, okay, your friend's gonna get your ass beat. And then that's when they called my mom, and they're like, she's done. My mom tried to fight for me, try to get some restorative justice for us, because I guess sin was all about restorative justice back in the day. They had, like, I forgot what it's called. Mediation or something, like, I don't know, something like that. Peer mediation. They had that back in the day for the girls whenever they had argued or whatever. So my mom was like, oh, I used to go to Fenn, you know, I feel like they should have some peer mediation going on. And the girl wasn't going, the principal wasn't going, the assistant, whatever it is, whatever the bitch was, she wasn't going. And I ended up arguing with the principal. The assistant principal. Me and Chanel tried to go get our prom back or whatever, and she just wasn't. It wasn't happening. So that was the end of that. I forgot what else. Where the fuck was going? But yeah, it kind of took me like that night. I split from my boyfriend. Like, we're over. He kept coming to my house and stuff, bringing me gifts and flowers and food, and coming to my house at 8 in the morning, throwing up, and it was sickening. It was a sickening month. December, it's a sickening month for me. People kept making fun of me, and then I had this one girl who I was friends with. We're gonna call her Anna, and she had a best friend named we're gonna call her Toya. Anna, I had deactivated my Facebook, and I left my family page up, because just in case anybody want to contact me, I left that page up. And me and Toya was friends, but we stopped talking when I transferred. So she like, I don't know what drove her. I guess she was friends with Chanel, and frankly, even if she was friends with Chanel, I don't care, bro. Mind your business, bro. Mind your business. This has nothing to do with you. Was you gonna save her was you gonna be helping her fight? No, bro. So why are you even, anywho, I'm not even gonna get into all that. So y'all, why Toya? When I had my Facebooks deleted and stuff like that, I was focusing on myself and healing and trying to heal. She tagged my family page, and she was like, "You're so weird." And I'm like, pause. So I call her. I'm like, "What you talk about? I'm weird. What you talking about?" She's like, "Oh, I just find it weird that you're mad at Chanel because your boyfriend decided to sleep with her." I'm like, first of all, it's not even that. I didn't even get mad at Chanel. I got mad at Chanel because she was talking about my dad. That's why I was mad at Chanel. Second of all, why are you talking to me? Why are you tagging me? Are you gonna help her fight? Are you gonna be by her side if I'm beating her ass? Like, I honestly, I just didn't get it. And y'all, right now, I'm speaking in the point of view of when I was upset, when I was angry, So I don't, right, anything I'm saying right now, I don't mean it. Like, as far as beating her ass, I'm not beefing with the girl no more. We don't talk no more, and I don't want to tell y'all too much because then I'll be spoiling part 2. But yeah, we good. I don't speak to her no more. But yeah, I was telling Toya, like, are you gonna be there for her if I beat her ass? Are you gonna be there for her? Are you gonna help her? Yes or no? And then she was like, no. I'm like, okay, so stop tagging me and stuff. Cause the next time you tag me and stuff, I will hurt you. I would threaten her. I threatened her. After that, she said okay, and I hung up. And that's when my supposedly friend Anna, as best friends with Toya, and I guess she's been best friends with Toya since elementary school. I don't care. But she's like, oh, you need to chill on Toya. She's not even like that. She doesn't even fight. She doesn't do. I'm like, okay, tell her to stop tagging my pages. Who is she to tell me I'm weird? I'm weird because I'm hurt. You guys are mad. Like, this is the pick me shit that pisses me off, bro. Like, people are followers, bro. Like, literally, like, I feel like a good friend, if y'all really good friends with Chanel, bro, y'all gonna tell her, like, what you did was wrong. What you did was wrong, bro. First of all, okay, one thing, sleeping with somebody's boyfriend, boom. But to bring her daddy in, bro, you're weird. Like, you don't bring nobody dead people's in. You're a messed up person, bro. Like, what you did was wrong. Had she went and said nothing about my daddy, I wouldn't even try to fight the girl. For real. I came to her all crying, like, hey, like, so you saying all this stuff about my daddy and you talking to Jacob or whatever, and she kind of blew me off, like, oh, ask Jesus. What do you mean, bro? What do you mean, ask Jesus? Like, now that's fighting words to me, I'm getting crazy now, So, I just don't understand how so many people were defending her and making it seem like I'm the one that's crazy. And it's just like, bro, like, she's literally talking about my dad. So many girls in the comments was talking about my dad. So many girls that I thought was my friends, bro, was talking about me, laughing at me, sharing me, trying to call me ugly and stuff. And I'm just like, bro, like, ugly? Bro, what? Like, oh, God. Y'all, anywho. So, yeah, Anna, I cut her off for good, and I'm never speaking to Anna again, because it's just like, you're weird for telling me, for me defending myself, I'm weird, and I'm wrong. Like, girl, get your ass out of here. But So that's basically the background story of the last video I made. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just go back and watch it. But this is part 1 of things I've never healed from. And now part 2 would be a little bit more intense. So make sure y'all got y'all popcorn, y'all teacups, y'all water, whatever y'all need to calm down and wind down to listen. Get all that stuff because it's going to be more and more juicy. I feel very good that I got it off my chest. And you know, I'm not, again, this video is not intended to, you know, start any drama or nothing, but at the end of the day, this is my YouTube channel, and I'm gonna say it's freedom of speech, honey. I'm gonna talk about my life, the things that's happened to me, how they affected me, how I've grown from it, like what's the lessons, everything. I like I said, I'm not trying to get into it with nobody. I'm over the situation. There's things I haven't healed from, and y'all would see the point of me. The point of me with this whole video is to just give y'all the background story of, so y'all can understand from part 1. Y'all don't have to, I just want to get all of it out so y'all don't have to be confused and be like, what's that, what happened this, what happened that. But by any means, if y'all got questions, please comment them. I'm going to put my social medias there. If y'all want to ask me a personal question, my social medias will be in the description link, in the description box. And y'all can text me and follow me, I follow back, add me, I add back. TikTok, Venus the Brat, anything, and I will be free. Just feel free to ask me anything, okay? And that's it for today. I don't know, I might do part 2 today. I'm not too sure, maybe. Depends on how I feel, but and the time. But thank y'all, and stay tuned for part 2. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.